It's time.
Dewey wins the tournament.
Gary Yang is world champion.
It's time.
Jamie Gold has done it.
It's time.
We're back, baby. Strap yourself into your seat.
The main event.
Main event.
This is the main event.
Yes! The main event is here. 6,844 players from around the globe have come to fight it out for poker's most cherished prize.
It's the tournament of all tournaments.
It's about being the best poker player in the world.
To the victor goes immortality and over $9 million.
The money is beautiful.
If you're a poker player, you have to experience the main event.
I want to gamble with you.
There's no describing it.
The wait is over. The title of world champion is up for grabs.
This is all mine this year. All mine.
This is the main event.
It's my turn.
It's my chance.
It's my time.
Welcome to the main event of the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Hello, everyone. With Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. It is indeed time for poker's greatest event of the year, and the masses have once again descended upon the Rio, making this main event the second largest field ever, 6,844 players.
$10,000 in a dream.
They come from all over the world seeking poker's top prize.
This is it. This is it.
From the colorful characters
We're at the 2008 World Series of Poker. This is the greatest thrill in the world.
to the top pros.
That's the winning signature.
Local Las Vegas poker legends are out in force looking to cash in on the $64 million prize pool.
I'm gonna give you hell all night.
However, if there's one man who embodies both Las Vegas and legendary status, it's Mr. Las Vegas himself, Wayne Newton, here with all the pageantry befitting the opening of the main event.
Are you ready? Okay, shut up and deal!
Doc O'Shea, Mr. Newton, the main event has begun. The race for over $9 million and the World Championship title is on. And Norman, poker's version of Mr. Las Vegas is at our featured table, Scotty Wynn.
He just became Horse World Champion, but Scotty may not be Mr. Las Vegas anymore after some questionable behavior at the table.
I want you guys to remember one thing after this event. If you guys see the lame Lamborghini sit out there with a license plate, say like TYPM. You know what I mean? Thank you, players' money. You gotta remember that.
All right, action now underway here in the Rio Poker Room. The blinds will start out at 50 and 100. And there is 25-year-old Mike Abbott from San Diego. And on the Milwaukee's Best Light pocket cam, he looks at Queen Jack offsuit.
Lon, we're about to see our first hand in the main event, and I am stoked.
A raise at 250.
That's right.
We can get you that Lamborghini here.
He's going to get chips into the pot right away. Everyone does start with 20,000 chips. It's a $10,000 buy-in here in the main
Just
event.
asked for money and he tried to give it already.
Scotty with ace-king.
Scotty won nearly $2 million in the Horse Championship, but he was repeatedly abusive and profane at the table.
He'll go heads up with Abbott. Scotty in the big blind. The flop is king 6-7. Scotty pairs his king. That flop missed Abbott. Scotty checks. Abbott now reaching for chips. He thinks he can push Scotty around.
3 1/4.
3 1/4.
Well, it looks as if he is going to try to give his money to Scotty.
We all friends here, baby.
Scotty makes the call.
Thank you.
Scotty with that big advantage. Pair of kings. It's a deuce on the turn. Scotty Wynn earns the check mark.
You know, I noticed this on day one of the main event the last few years. People keep missing the board, and they just keep betting.
They both check it.
Maybe a Toyota, not a Lamborghini on this one.
Abbott slows down.
I like Lamborghini.
River card is a 5. Scotty already has a check mark, and he'll bet 500.
No!
And a fold from Abbott.
See, baby? Just only you. Look at that. Look at that. I don't want to raise you, baby.
A little different from the last time we saw him. Scotty in good spirits today.
He just wanted to buy me a Toyota.
Scotty's shopping for cars right now, but perhaps more importantly, trying to buy back some love on poker's biggest stage. Norman, the one event we look forward to most every year is finally here, and as we have come to learn, the only thing predictable about the main event is its unpredictability, and no player is more unpredictable than Scotty Wynn.
Lon, since he won the big one in 1998, we've seen Scotty at his princely best and Scotty at his prickly worst. Of late, there was his main event meltdown last year and his unprofessional behavior while winning horse this year. So which Scotty will we see? Here's hoping he makes a deep and gracious run at the main event title.
No doubt Scotty has some making up to do with a lot of his fans, and you mentioned gracious, Norman. Well, Jerry Yang is here.
Man, I just want to wish everybody luck, okay?
What's up, Jerry?
Thank you very much. Hey, congratulations to you.
Thank you, baby.
That was a big win.
Thank you, baby.
Jerry's right. Despite Scotty's poor behavior, it was an impressive win.
Jerry will defend his title on another one of the 4-day ones here in the main event.
You gotta be the nicest poker player.
Well, Norman, I guess nice guys don't always finish last. We head out past the Milwaukee's Best Light No Limit Lounge to the vast outer tables here at the Rio Poker Room, and we find the man that Jerry Yang beat heads up to win the main event title, Tuan Lam, getting active early here.
Hey, look, Tuan's finally playing a pot. Guess you can't sit around and wait for 6,000 people to bust 2 years in a row.
The 2007 runner-up off to a good start so far here in 2008. And Gavin Smith, he's come close to a bracelet but never won one. Right now he's in a hand with Roland DeWolf.
It's just a hunch, but I don't think those two guys hang out at the same public library.
Roland let me down. He was my pick last year, but he forces a fold from Gavin here.
Does it look like I play cards that good?
Actually, I think Gavin's the one who needs a massage right now.
Yeah, Gavin is not loving life right now.
What I miss?
To another table, and there's someone everybody seems to know.
You just knew it was going to be somebody. You just knew it was going to be somebody. It's Mr. Romano to you, sir.
This table excited to have a celebrity in their midst, and that's the main event. You can sit next to your butcher or a famous TV star.
Where's Jason Alexander? I got a side bet with him.
Yeah, they have a $1,000 last longer bet.
He's got more hair.
Well, looks like Jason's doing okay on that side bet right now. He's got Cyril Chabot all in. Jason with a set of 9s to Chabot's pocket 10s.
Time and no 10.
Chabot needs a 10 or an 8 for a straight.
And now the river card, it is an ace, and that will be it for Chabot, knocked out by Jason Alexander.
You get knocked out by Costanza, you are a loser. George is getting pumped.
A little more adrenaline than I care to have.
Stayed up in blue, 36.
Jason Alexander out of the blocks like a rocket. All right, let's check in on table 2, where we find bracelet winner Karan O'Leary.
You don't have to win every hand you're dealt. You just need to win a majority of the hands you play.
The Irish, anything they say sounds profound.
It's an easy old game, really, isn't it? You know? True words were never spoken.
O'Leary is joined at this table by another top pro in Billy Gazes, who has straight and flush draws against Danny Hampel. Hampel has top 2 pair. He's checked, and the action is on Gazes.
Billy Gazes has 29 World Series cashes and no bracelet. Only Tony Cousineau with 34 cashes has more without a bracelet.
Gazes bets 375, and the San Diego contractor, Hampel,
that's not kitchen table poker.
makes a raise at 1375.
Do you want action?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
And Billy will call for 1,000 more.
Billy took that as a yes.
Turn card now. Hampel still best with top 2 pair. And he will bet at this time 2,000.
And Billy will continue to chase the flush or the straight.
Wishful thinking on that call, perhaps, but he hits his flush with a 5 of hearts on the river.
See how the pros chase down that flush draw on? Billy's got good speed.
Hampel checks it this time.
3,000.
Billy bets it.
Call.
And a quick call from Hampel. And he'll see that his 2 pair come up short.
Nice hand.
You lucky dog.
Yeah, Billy chased and caught.
What percentage of the pot was that?
If I can say the percentage, I'm going to be labeled a math guy.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I don't want to be a math guy. I want to be a field guy.
Who considers Billy a math guy? He can't count to 10.
That's a field guy.
Field.
Well, no matter who's what, this has been a good start to Billy Gates' main event.
Is he bluffing? Could be. German shepherds, huh? I don't trust Germans. 2 cards. Could mean anything. Let's raise the stakes, frighten them off. No one to play with. Darn. So play online at partypoker.com. It's fun, it's easy, it's the world's largest poker room. All right, okay.
With the main event field this big, odds are you're going to see a full spectrum of personalities. Unique styles.
Just tune in.
And crazy characters. For some, how you look is nearly as important as how you play. Entering the main event's a lot like buying a lotto ticket right down to the random draw of your seat. You never know with whom you'll be sharing a table.
I have Dan Harrington.
Action Dan doesn't look like he's about to win the lotto.
I have no idea who that is, but he looks like Merlin.
I'm the WSOP wizard.
Oh.
Not quite. That is Blake Cahill, though. He's a good friend of Blair Hinkle's. They each had a prop bet on who would win a bracelet first. Blair did win his. Blake is dressed as a wizard.
Blair and his brother Grant, the first siblings to win bracelets in the same year. They're like the James boys, Frank and Jesse, only more dangerous.
And we find another duo. It's bracelet winner Katja Thater and her husband Jan Christoph von Halle, both from Germany. They're sharing some secrets now.
I speak German, and I can tell you they're plotting to invade Del Boca Vista Phase 3.
Over to another poker-playing couple. There's Bob Feduniak playing in his 30th World Series. He's married to Maureen Feduniak, who has cashed 8 times at the World Series. She's currently in a hand with Devilfish Iliot. Devilfish folds.
You gotta show me, or we're going to war. You're gonna show me.
I guess they're going to war. He's going to have to get his hair cut. Go get him, Maureen.
Maureen hoping for her first cash in the main event. All right, on our E-Trade Financial Tournament ticker, you see the chip colors and their denominations. Everyone begins the main event with 20,000 chips. All but one will end up with 0. Back to Scotty at our feature table.
Congrats on the horse, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, baby.
Congratulations. What's your best game in the horse, you think?
I win most of my chip on Omaha High, Low, and Hold'em.
Oh, nice.
Scotty beat Michael D. McKelly heads up for his 5th bracelet.
Raz is my worst.
Well, the only thing worse than Scotty's Raz game may have been his behavior en route to that horse title.
You thinking about me? You know, baby, when I lost couple pot, I act like I'm mad. You must be sick, angry. Just you. I act like I going crazy, you know, da-da-da-da. You never see me? Yeah.
Thought you were an ambassador of poker. I'm disappointed in you, Scotty.
I cannot be nice all the time and get run over by the player. Just play a game, and I'm not gonna put up for no one. Who give a what you thinking, man? You know, I hold it in because the fans. I try to give it all. I make sure everybody enjoy when they see Scotty. That's right, baby. So, what's the big deal if I let it out sometime? Enough is enough, man. You know, but I was on top of the game at all times, at the whole time. I mean, like when the horse event just proved to be people, I'm the best at this, baby.
I don't accept Scotty's explanation for his behavior, and even though he just won one of the most prestigious titles, I think a lot of people lost respect for him in the process.
Had a bit of tough 148, huh?
Yeah. 148 player, 147 sucker. Just kidding, guy. Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right, as action continues here at the featured table, the blinds are 100, 200. Joseph Ulaki, a house painter from Naples, Florida, ace 10 of spades.
A house painter?
Yeah.
I think he likes playing poker just because it gives him a chance to sit down.
Ace 10 of spades raised to 800. Action on Scotty Wynn with pocket deuces.
Scotty hoping this main event doesn't end as abruptly as last year's did.
That was an infamous crash and burn. He finished 11th. He makes the call with pocket deuces. Over to Michael Abbott. Abbott with pocket sixes in the small blind.
He's a poker pro now, but Abbott used to work on political campaigns. There's no upside there.
He makes the call. The big blind folds, so 3 players will see the flop. The flop is deuce, tray, jack, all hearts. A set for Scotty, a flush draw for Abbott.
Yeah, with that one flop, Scotty goes from a big dog to a big favorite.
Checked over to Scotty, and he will bet 700 with his set. Abbott folds his pair of sixes and a flush draw. Ulaki now. Ulaki will make the call.
Jeez, the flush draw folds and the no draw calls.
It's a queen of spades on the turn. Ulaki now picks up a straight draw, but Scotty still leads. Checked by Ulaki.
Scotty way ahead in this hand.
Scotty makes it 1,600 now.
Yeah, call.
And Milwaukee will make the call.
Boy, I've got to get into a home game with house painters.
River card is a 4 of spades, and Scotty will earn the check mark with his set.
If I were Ulaki, I might push all in there because, you know, that's what people do at the main event on day one with squat douche.
He does check it. Scotty bets 38.75.
Well, since he didn't push all in, Ulaki can now get away from his hand.
And he does indeed fold quickly.
No more blood, baby.
It was donation for that Ferrari.
It's a Ferrari now?
Living in the fast lane is all Scotty Wynn knows. So far, so good for the horse world champion here in the main event.
World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Main event.
Back inside the Rio.
I'm getting tired. You guys need me, so I'm not gonna play no more.
And there's the Scotty we've always known, taking some time out for the fans.
And signing some autographs in the process. To an outer table, Ray Romano is in a hand with and pondering a bet from Joseph Bakar, but Ray is taking his sweet time. The clock has been called.
You know, in comedy clubs, they flash a red light to let the comedian know when his time is up on stage. If they flashed a red light right now, Ray would make up his mind.
I'm sorry, guys.
Take your time.
5, 4,
Clock counting down.
2.
I go all in.
Ray pushes. That's enough to put Bakar all in.
A classless fold from Bakar, who's upset Ray took so much time.
Bakar showed a pair of kings. Ray turns over a set of queens.
I was not acting. I swear to God.
I believe him. He's not that good of an actor.
No, did anybody think he might have had pocket kings? Nobody thought that?
I know it was aces or ace king.
Yeah, aces. I was bluffing. That would have been the Academy Award. There,
Yes,
right?
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's that. You know what that was?
Definitely.
That was me not knowing.
So Ray's still good with his last longer bet with Jason Alexander. Well, Jason now has put all his chips in the middle. He's got a straight against a top 2 pair of Brian Collin.
Collin trying to figure out yet another Hollywood type.
You're here at a critical moment.
Jason putting the ultimate pressure on Collin.
Just 7-8.
That would be a pretty good read.
That's what I'd be representing.
If I told you I have everything else beat besides 7-8.
I'm committed. I'm in. What are you telling me now? Tell me before.
No, that little cough is a tell. Actors always cough when they're acting. Pacino taught me that.
Johnny Pacino?
I'll show you either way.
The old Jamie Goldline.
Collin folds. 7-8 it is. And Jason will take that pot. He tried to use his acting skills on Brian Collin to get a call, but it didn't work that time. But as Jason will tell you, his Hollywood brethren are no fakers when it comes to their love of poker.
You know, poker is a game that is best played by people that have a high IQ and intellect. You know, that's most of Hollywood. Actually, there are guys in Hollywood who are considerable players. Tobey Maguire, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. So we're all hubristic enough to believe that we know how to play it. Yeah! You hate the tables that are going, nobody's having a good time. I tend to feel out the table. More often than not, somebody goes, hey, you know, how's Jerry? You know, that kind of opens it up. George lives on felt. George would take a bad beat and go, yeah, I was stupid. I shouldn't have been in it. I shouldn't have even been in it. I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't even be able to say the word heart. You know, I'm not in this to become the greatest poker player in the world. You must bear in mind at all times, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I just keep it fun. More or less, I'm one of the guys. I just have a hell of a lot more money than they do, and I'm an internationally beloved superstar. Other than that, there's no difference between me and the other guys.
The Hollywood crowd has become a staple here at the main event, and the footage you saw in the feature was taken during the Ante Up for Africa tournament here at the Rio. In its second year now, it's raised over $1 million for the Darfur region. Over at table 2, Billy Gazes has 2 pair versus Scott Quickburner, who has absolutely nothing. Billy's bet 200. Action is on Quickburner.
Oh, I'll be calling him Mr. Q.
I just haven't played a hand with you all day.
You might as well.
This could be the wrong time.
I know.
Could be the right time.
I just want to play with you.
He'll call.
That's the worst call. I just want to play.
That was the worst call I've ever seen.
Queen on the turn. A gut shot straight draw now for Quickburner.
I check to you.
Billy still leads.
That's a good check after a bad call.
I made the worst call on the flop.
The worst call I've ever seen.
That didn't help.
It didn't.
Are you retelling the truth?
He is. He made the worst call on the flop, and it didn't help him.
350.
350. You didn't do the McCain either.
Oh, the tell? When he's bluffing? I'm an Obama guy.
Don't even try and read
Another call.
I have now seen the two worst calls in poker history, unless Mr. Q has a surprise burst on the river.
Gazes with a check mark.
Mr. Q should now bet, and Bill Gazes will run off into the desert, and the worst calls will look brilliant.
That was a bad card for me.
Mr. Q checked.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
No, that was a bad card for Mr. Q because he never should have seen it.
Check.
Billy checks. And Billy will win the hand against King 8.
Gazes can't believe his eyes.
King 8 may have a new name.
Yeah, it's called Mr. Q's worst call in history on the flop.
Oh boy, Billy's got to love this table. People are just throwing chips his way. All right, back over to our featured table where Scotty Wynn is front and center. And what an impressive double he's pulled off. He won the 98 main event and, of course, now is the horse world champion.
You didn't want to take a holiday after winning the horse event?
This is holiday, baby. Come on, man. How can I miss this, baby? No.
All right, Scotty Wynn. Oh, life's good. Pocket aces.
Well, it feels like a holiday when you're dealt pocket aces.
And Scotty is going to raise it to 900.
Why are these guys dragging? It's the main event.
I'm sure they're excited, but it's a long haul, Norman. Over to Joseph Ulaki, King Queen offsuit. Ulaki makes the call.
I would rather paint 5 houses in one day than play King Queen against pocket aces.
The flop is for Queen 7. Ulaki thinks he likes that flop, but his queens are up against Scotty's aces.
Yeah, that queen is just going to get Ulaki in trouble.
Scotty makes it 1,500. Ulaki with top pair and a strong kicker, and he makes the call.
Scotty can start thinking about that Lamborghini again.
Turn card now. 10 of hearts. No help for Ulaki. Scotty makes it 3,000. Ulaki immediately reaching for chips and makes a call.
Maybe a Lamborghini with a sunroof and HD TV.
River card now is an 8 of diamonds. Scotty Wynn with the check mark.
Vroom, vroom.
Pretty harmless looking board. He bets 4,000.
Scotty puts in a value bet, sensing he can squeeze another 4,000 out of Ulaki.
Ulaki says, why not?
I call.
Beep, beep.
He makes the call and will lose that pot to Scotty, who played the pocket aces to perfection, got paid off on every street, rakes in a big pot, and that's the planter's good instinct moment.
Scotty blowing kisses. Ooh, he got me on the cheek.
Yeah, he's picking up more chips, and Scotty blowing through this day one like the world champion that he is.
The Planter's Good Instinct moment is brought to you by Planters. Instinctively good.
Welcome back to the Rio and the main event of the World Series of Poker. At our feature table, Scotty Wynn still faring well. He's joined now, though, by another pro, David Chino Ream, and he's bringing a lot of chips here.
Chino Ream has made 2 World Series final tables, including the mixed hold'em event earlier this year.
I learned from the best. That's how you do it. You learn from the best, then you can play all right.
That's right. That's right.
Right, Scotty?
That's right, baby.
I have to apologize to Chino. I criticized his play in his mixed hold'em elimination hand, but we thought it was the no limit round, and they were actually playing limit hold'em.
You get everybody a drink, all right, baby?
Scotty's buying drinks for the house.
A nice gesture from Scotty, but let's hope he's not drinking with him.
Well, Scotty, one of the few players who always seems to have the home crowd, and buying drinks for the whole house here is not going to hurt his chances.
And Chino, let me just say it again. I am sorry about the foul-up. I am as stupid as I look.
All right, baby. You got to remember, one of these players raised my blind, and whoever related to them cut their drink.
Oh, he's laying ground rules.
It looks like the Prince of Poker may be back, and the crowd loves it.
All right, action on Chino Ream with ace, king of clubs. That's a raising hand.
What if I don't drink, baby?
Around Scotty, everybody starts saying baby.
Chino makes it 900.
Cut him off.
I'm a lightweight.
900 to go. Action folds around to Scotty Wynn. In a big blind.
You good, baby. You good.
5 tray. Into the muck. And Chino Ream will take that small pot.
And the crowd playfully has turned against Chino Ream.
Yes, some heckling from the peanut gallery.
Scared, baby, scared. Damn, Scotty, I gotta just fold ace-king suited when it's your blind, buddy. I don't want the whole crowd against me.
That's right, baby.
Well, Chino may have the bigger stack, but Scotty is still the prince of the table. He's also part of an elite group of players who've won the main event. Each champion looms larger than life with their picture adorning the upper reaches of the Rio Poker Room. That includes this man, Dan Harrington, the 95 world champ.
His Harrington on Hold'em books have become one of the standards in poker instruction.
Dan won't play that hand, but another former champ in the house is involved in a big hand. 78 champ Bobby Baldwin has Scott Montgomery all in. Baldwin's kings have Scott in bad shape. Now the flop, and Montgomery pairs his ace to take a big lead. Turn card now is a third jack.
Montgomery can only be knocked out by the case king.
River card is a 4, and Montgomery does survive and double up through Bobby Baldwin. Baldwin down to 5,600 chips.
And Montgomery scoops in the champ's chips. Baldwin, 27 years old when he won the main event. He's a 4-time bracelet winner.
Elsewhere in the room, let's catch up with Bob Feduniak. He and his wife Maureen play in the main event every year. Bob's been treading the poker waters today, still with about the 20,000 he started with. The only time he cashed was in 2006. He finished 590.
What's the best record in the family?
The highest I ever actually finished in it was 28. But that was 20 years ago, and they paid 27.
So Bob Feduniak still hanging in there at another table nearby. His wife Maureen faring slightly better. She just flopped the nuts and will take down a nice pot.
That's how she does it. Nice work.
Maureen flops a queen high straight.
Raising on the button with Jack 9 and flopping the stone.
Maureen rarely gets her money in bad, even though in 2003 we mistakenly called both her and her husband Bob the two dirtiest words in poker, dead money.
Maureen Feduniak is a veteran of the World Series and a Las Vegas resident who defines dead money.
Yes, we remember. We were not happy.
But at least she lasted longer than her husband Bob.
A number of people told us about it and said you probably don't want to bother watching it. In the aftermath of it, it made us feel kind of good because so many people came up to us and told us that they thought dead money was dead wrong.
We are not doing this as a profession. We're not doing it to make money, but of course we like to win.
Thank you.
It's sort of like two for the price of one, because if one of us gets knocked out of the tournament, then the other one is still there and you're excited for whoever is left. If anybody asked me who I wanted to win the World Series of Poker this year, I would say Bob.
And I would say Maureen. We'd be much happier if we both do well.
Yeah.
It'd be better if we could be co-champions.
Me calling somebody else dead money? That's rich. I must apologize again. Bob and Maureen, I am so sorry.
Let's pick up the action at table 2. Billy Gazes has top 2 pair. He's in a hand with Karan O'Leary, who paired his 10. Andrew Ferguson with nothing. Check the river, but they're all crushed by Tony Rosert, who flopped quad deuces. Action on Billy Gazes.
This hand was checked on the flop and on the turn. Unfortunately for Gazes, he's made aces up.
And he bets 500. Action on Rosert now, and he's going to make it 1,500 with 4 2s.
By the way, since this is a day of apologies, let me just give a blanket I'm sorry to all of my ex-wives.
Karan O'Leary now with a pair of 10s. He wants to play, but he'll fold, as does Ferguson. Now Gazes needs 1,000 to call, and he does make that call. Ace is up versus Rosert's 4 deuces.
I was done with it.
Then why'd you call, Billy?
I knew I was beat too. Nice hand.
I ought to give you a piece of my mind.
Easy, boy. We don't want to make any more apologies. Rosert will take the pot.
I did tasty pair there too, mate, but I just didn't have a good feeling at all. It was just something wasn't right.
Karan was a bit suspicious. And while O'Leary pats himself on the back for folding that hand, Billy Gazes is left kicking himself.
The 2008 World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light.
Back at the Rio Toronto, Larry thanking his lucky charms.
For our Father, 3 Hail Marys. Threw salt over both shoulders this morning.
It's worked so far. Everyone in this room hoping to earn a spot at the main event final table, which will air November 11th. At another table, top pro Chao Zhang.
What scares me, I didn't used to understand a word Chao Zhang says. Now I understand everything he says.
All in and called.
He has just called Douglas Farmer, who's at risk. And with that river card, Chao Zhang will win the pot and knock off Farmer.
It's only 20,000 here.
The 3-time bracelet winner is a delight.
At another table, Jason Alexander is all in with aces, but way behind Brian Collins' wheel. 1 card to come. The river card comes up short, and Jason Alexander is gone.
What, you thought Costanza was going to win the main event?
So Jason Alexander loses his last longer bet to Ray Romano.
All right, boys, be good.
So Jason will take his lead. Meanwhile, back at the featured table, the drinks have been served, courtesy of Scotty Wynn.
That's more like it, baby. Let's play some poker, damn it.
Scotty, the 1998 main event champion, 2008 horse champion. All he needs is Player of the Year honors to complete the World Series Triple Crown.
Scotty looks down at Queen 9 of spades, calls the big blind of 400. There's Jess Yowitz, the St. Louis investment manager. He has pocket jacks.
Poker author John Vorhaus says there are 3 ways to play pocket jacks. All wrong.
And Yowitz wrongly raises to 1,625. Action folds around to Chino Ream.
Chino, the big blind.
King,
1625.
Queen of clubs.
You got it, baby.
He calls.
You got it, baby.
Scotty calls.
Yowitz surrounded by poker sharks.
Gold star attendance.
I like the Danish cue.
3 players to the flop. It is 5-7 deuce. That missed all 3. The jacks hold up for Yowitz. Chino checks. Scotty is going to be aggressive. He's got a pretty good stack working right now. 2,500.
Scotty indeed gets feisty, hoping his aggression pays off.
Yowitz, though, has the cards. And he raises 65.
Yowitz playing pocket jacks pretty good right now.
Chino folded.
Bit too nice, huh, baby?
And Scotty gives it up. And Yowitz will take the pot.
Oh, man, never give the pros extra information. They'll use it against you and your family.
Yowitz found a 4th way to play jacks.
Good hand, baby. I know you wouldn't do something crazy.
Well, Jason Alexander's on the move. I guess he's looking for Ray Romano to pay off that last longer bet. And there is Ray, unaware he's $1,000 richer.
Like he needs it.
Jason goes right by him.
Welcher!
49, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's lost.
Where is he?
Oh, Ray will find him. I guarantee that.
What happened?
Hate you.
What happened?
I hate you. I just lost my pocket aces.
Sorry to hear it.
You
Serious?
just won $1,000, my
Pocket
friend.
aces? Serious?
Pocket aces.
I just wish I could get this smile off my face.
I know.
I guess I'm buying dinner tonight.
You're buying dinner tonight. And you're flying me back home.
That's great. You're sticking around though?
Yeah, I'll meet you at dinner.
$1,000.
$1,000. And his show wasn't that good.
It was good, but Leave It to Beaver was better.
So Ray Romano continues his role as main event poker player. Jason Alexander, though, must console himself with just being the internationally beloved superstar that he is.
Is he bluffing? I think he's trying to bluff me here. I bet that ace hit. What is he thinking? What is he trying? When the ace came off on 4th Street, he played with his chips. 13 to 12 to 1, 16 to 4 to 1, 8 to 2. Makes my 2 pair good. Turn on unless I'm drawing dead. I like my chances. I'm all in. We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
For 6 years running, an amateur has won the main event.
They're just outnumbered. Less pros than there are amateurs.
Will this be the year a pro finally breaks through?
The pro can and will win the main event.
I think there's a little chip on our shoulders now. We're actually rooting for a top poker player to win the main event this year.
As you see on the E-Trade Financial Tournament ticker, in the 6 years preceding Robert Varconi's win, the top pros dominated the main event.
In 2001, the last year a pro won, Dewey Tomko finished second, Phil Hellmuth was fifth, and Mike Matusow was sixth.
One pro who knows what it takes to go deep is Josh Aryeh. He finished third in 2004.
Oh, this is brutal.
Contemplating a call for the rest of his chips.
All my money. I gotta wait a whole nother year to play with you people again.
I don't know if he was going to call them people.
Aryeh does make the call.
Jacks.
His opponent shows a pair of jacks, and Aryeh is gone. And he will indeed have to wait another year. And so too will Maureen Feduniak.
She's not kidding. She's dead money. I'm back, baby. I'd like to apologize for my comment I made 5 seconds ago, but I got a feeling Bob will be on the rails soon enough.
Should have been me instead of her.
Oh, I'm sorry again.
All right, to Ray Romano, whose table was broken. He has been moved elsewhere.
Party's over.
You play poker?
Well,
Very well.
not that good.
Well, 27-year-old poker pro Justin Phillips and the rest of the table happy to have Ray here. And despite what Ray says, he does have some chips to work with. As it gets later here at the Rio, just surviving day one of the main event becomes the #1 goal for many players.
Last round, baby. Drink up.
You know, if I were Scotty, seriously, I would not want to return to the scene of the crime with a bottle of beer in my hand.
Good point. In the hat on the left there is Tracy Scala from Ocean Ridge, Florida. He's got 6-5 of hearts. He will limp in for 400.
6,844 players. Only the Jamie Goldie year 2006 had a bigger field than this one.
Action over to Scotty Wynn. Scotty in the small blind with ace-queen offsuit. And he will raise the action to 1,600.
Scotty tramps all over Scala's limp into the pot.
Big blind
12,
folds.
baby, 12. You don't have to
Scala
pick up too
needs
much.
1,200
There
to
you
call,
go.
and he does.
Scala contributes to the Scotty Wynn Automobile Fund.
Heads up to the flop now. It is deuce 6 tray. Scala with a pair of sixes and a straight flush draw.
And Scotty might want to look at some economy cars. He's hurting with that flop.
Ace high, but he will test the resolve of Scala. Makes it 2,500 to stick around.
Well, again, we see Scotty being aggressive. Again, figuring the flop has missed his opponent.
Scala raises, though, to 7,500.
Scala tells him, no, I got it, buddy.
All right, no more beer for me.
Hallelujah.
Scotty folds.
No more.
Is that the bluff of the century? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Scotty did say it was last call for the fans at the featured table, but for Bob Feduniak, well, it might be last call as well, as he has moved all in.
See, I told you.
He has pocket nines against pocket tens. Doesn't seem too upset about his desperate situation.
Yeah, Bob takes it well.
He'll need a 9 on the river. The river is a face card that misses Bob Feduniak, and he has been eliminated from the main event.
The Feduniak's about as classy a couple as you'll find around the felt. Even ships his chips over.
So neither Feduniak able to make it past day one of the main event.
Hi, sweetheart. It just ended. I have pocket nines against pocket tens.
That's how most of my marriages end.
He'll be home for dinner.
Okay, well, we'll commiserate. See you soon.
Back to the Rio and the ever-shrinking field of the opening round of day one.
2,075. All in.
Gavin Smith trying to make his small in sound as intimidating as possible. Gavin with flush and straight draws, but he trails the pair of sevens held by Doug Cardoza.
Gavin Smith, like Billy Gaze's, no bracelets.
Turn card now is a jack, no help to Gavin, and the river card will eliminate Gavin Smith.
Hey, Gavin, you should head over to the feature table for free beer. Get your 10 grand's worth.
Elsewhere, Ray Romano has settled into his new table. He's concentrating on the poker, but he's not in the hand. In fact, there is a big hand developing between Justin Phillips and Motoyuki Mabuchi. Mabuchi made a bet after the river onto that scary board. Phillips now fires back with a raise.
Has Justin Phillips bet the shirt off his back?
Action on Mabuchi. He's all in.
All in call, table
Phillips
one.
turns over a royal flush.
Royal flush.
Mabuchi, quad aces.
You gotta be kidding me. Quad aces, your last hand of the main event.
What a way to hit the rail.
There's nothing more ultimate than that.
That is a statistical improbability, my friends.
What a horrible river card for you.
If you flop a set of aces, river quads, and lose, that's a bad beat.
And Mabuchi does stumble out of the main event.
Take a picture of that one, man. Oh, that's good. That is just...
If this happened to Phil Hellmuth, the table would no longer be here.
Coming down the table, sit down, boom. 4 aces, royal flush. How many times are you going to see that?
The chances of a royal flush and quads happening in the same hand, 1 in 2.7 billion.
I like you.
Yeah, you got to give some love to the dealer.
I get a little credit too, right?
That's it. You wouldn't have came here and I know what happened. You're the man. I love Raymer.
He loves Greg Raymer?
Everybody watch that show.
Greg Raymer has his own TV show?
Wow, you got a famous TV star at your table, beat quad aces with a royal flush? Welcome to the main event. And there's what they all came to play for. More than 600 players have already been eliminated. The chip average right now about 37,000. Back to our feature table. Scotty Wynn, a little under average right now.
All right, what is you guys want me to do? All in? You guys want me to all in? Later, I bet I promise you.
You know, I think it violates the 1 player per hand rule when you ask 27 people in the crowd who you've bought drinks for what you should do.
On the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam, Chino Ream folds 10 deuce. Action folds again around to Scotty Wynn. Jack 9 of clubs.
Scotty in a good mood, playing to the crowd. He just missed the main event final table last year.
He's going to raise it to 1,100. And the big blind, 22-year-old poker pro Anna Robleski. 9-5 of spades.
And she's got powerful poker friends. She's been schooled by Barry Greenstein and Ted Forrest.
She makes the call. She'll go heads up against Scotty Wynn. The flop is Jack, Ace, King. A pair of jacks for Scotty. He's got a huge lead. Robleski first to act. She checks it. Scotty checks as well.
Scotty doesn't like it.
Queen on the turn.
They get another scare card out there.
Robleski first to act. And now she's going to bet it. 1,300.
Well, you see the percentages, but Anna seizes control of the pot by betting at it.
And Scotty will fold. Scotty gives up the best hand. And Anna's got some backers here.
I got fans. Whoa.
Well, some of Scotty's fans might be switching allegiance.
I have the best cheering section. You guys are good.
Smoke clear, baby. Who's gonna go to the bank? Now it don't matter, baby.
You know, I think Scotty ends every sentence with baby, so we forget. We had no idea what he said before that.
All right, let's go over to table 2. Billy gazes, watches on as Kieran O'Leary is in a hand. He's got pocket 8s against Billy's old nemesis, Scott Quickburner, who's got ace 6 of diamonds.
There's my buddy, Mr. Q, the man with the worst call.
No shame in folding.
Has he seen Quickburner play?
It'd be funner calling, though. Be even funner raising you.
That's always an option, too.
Maybe he can make the worst raise ever.
Yeah, let's go on.
There you go.
Wow. Day 1 of the main event, Lon. Blinds are still low, and Mr. Q pushes all in with nearly 18,000 chips left.
Wow. You know, against damn near every other player at the table here, I'd have folded this hand, but...
Billy thinks Mr. Q has King 8. This is what the pros have to face here at the main event. Wild, unpredictable aggression from unknowns.
O'Leary makes the call, though.
Well, this is for most of O'Leary's stack.
Yeah, good call, man.
O'Leary likes his pocket pair, but he's not home free. He also likes to wander during a big hand, and there he goes.
Oh, come on, my man. You pushed all in with a weak ace. That being said, I wouldn't have called it. I would have played it safe.
Flop now. 7-5 queen. Quickburner still trails, but he's got a flush draw.
Is it over?
It will be over soon for somebody.
Killing me. Get it over with.
Turn card is another queen. O'Leary still leads.
Mr. Q needs an ace or any diamond other than an 8 to stay alive.
River cards, a 10 of hearts, and Scott Quickburner is gone.
Did I win? I won? Oh, thank you, Lord. That's what it's about, baby. Think about the hand running through your head. It just didn't make any sense. Woo! Hey, mate, God bless, mate.
I can get 8 out of there, you know? I thought maybe a couple overs, eh?
No, not the way the hand played. Okay. The hand played out. You know, if you thought about the way the hand played out.
What do you want from my guy? Today he made the worst call in the flop in history and goes out with a dicey all-in.
Nice hand, Kieran.
I guess you're playing.
Never easy. Holy Mary, Mother God, I've another... How many months till November?
November's final table looks miles away here on day one of the main event, and many of the top pros came up far short of the ultimate goal.
See you next year.
But Scotty Wynn's shot at redemption still remains.
Everything will be erased. I have to win the horse. The main event is coming, baby.
It was a picture-perfect day for Justin Phillips, his royal flush, and his famous table mate.
A new show coming this fall.
Ray Romano and friends will take their show to day two.
Day two.
And all 636 players made it through.
I got the big start, and I'm alive.
Their dream of a top prize of over $9 million remains. For Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. We'll see you next time as day one of the main event continues.